Good morning, Internet fam. It is May 31st, 2018. Beautiful day today. A little bit overcast, but it was a little overcast yesterday, and then it ended up being absolutely gorgeous, and I had a great time down at the beach. So I got some good feedback from somebody on Discord yesterday, and so I'm just going to read part of what they told me yesterday, and I really agree with what they've said. I do want to develop the show and make it better every day that I do it. So I wanted to kind of engage in some of this feedback right now. Let's see. 800 masternodes does not say much about the current state of a coin. If you have 800 but a masternode is only 1,000 coins, then they have locked just 800,000 coins. Then he makes a comparison with some other masternodes that have, maybe only 400 masternodes, but you require 25,000 coins to lock them down. That means there's 10 million coins locked up out of only 35 million in this example that he's citing. So, and then he's also mentions that, staking wallets means that even more people are locked probably, or more coins are locked up. Again, adding to the scarcity of that coin. All good relevant points. And then he's saying that, there's more important things than just the ROI and how many masternodes are out there, especially when so many different masternodes are just clones of other masternodes, and then the developers disappear, and they run their own little pump and dump and then disappear and cash out, and inevitably the coin dies and crashes. These are all good points, all good salient points. I'm not really sure how to go about deciding the legitimacy of some of these coins. Now, I know for me and for the people that I'm advising on their investments, that I've been looking at it kind of comprehensively and saying, okay, does the coin have a stated purpose? How many coins are out there? Does it have a small cap? How many masternodes are out there? What's the ROI? And I've been steering just kind of just trying to be cautious or reasonable. I've been trying to stay away from some of those super high ROI coins because a lot of them are new, and that ROI is going to plummet really quickly, and that doesn't mean necessarily that the coin is valid. So I've been really focusing on coins that have an ROI between 50 and 200%, because I think that that's the kind of sweet spot where A, you're going to make some potential money on that coin running a masternode, and B, it's not insane like some of these 3,000% ROI coins are. Which are probably very risky investments for the most part, which I believe I've stated for the most part when I've been vlogging about this. But let's see, coin after coin that is being cloned, and then the developers disappear and make a new one because there's no business anymore. As a developer, you would realize that many do not have any security implemented, although people believe that they will be rich overnight because they buy the best ROI. Most of these new coins, nobody knows who is behind them, and the only thing that people see is the famous ROI. It's a good point that Canonet is making, and I agree with him. So I mean, the question becomes, well, then how do we determine which one of these coins have some more validity? There are some other things to think about. There's how many exchanges they're on. There's how long the coin has been around. There's what the team has been doing with that coin while they've been engaged in, promoting it, etc. All these different kinds of things. So worth thinking about. I've been sorting them just by how many nodes are out there, but it's a valid point that some of these master nodes require only 1,000 coins, some of them require only 100 coins, and some of them require 25,000 coins or even more. I think there's one that requires 50,000 coins. I don't recall now, but I believe there is a master node that requires 50,000 coins. And consequently, a lot more of those coins are going to be locked up. So that's definitely worth taking into consideration. If you guys have an idea on a better way for me to be approaching the topic of masternodes altogether, I'm always open to feedback. I want to take a scientific approach. If somebody challenges some of the data that I've come up with or some of the data that I'm suggesting, I definitely want to take that feedback and try and improve the show overall and make what I'm doing every day more valuable to the people who might be watching the show. So that said, let's get into it, shall we? Let's see. So Bitcoin today had an almost 4% pump. It is the 31st, so I think that means a lot of the people who are going to be cashing out at the end of the month have already done with that, and so the sale books are a little bit less heavy, and as a result, I think the price is going up a little bit just because it's the end of the month. I've been seeing this almost every month now. Market cap today for the overall crypto market, $336 billion. And I just read an article yesterday about the Microsoft market cap. I guess Microsoft just replaced Google as the highest market cap stock out there. And it looks like, let's see, let's take a look. Here we go. I think this is the article. Yeah, by about 10 billion. So Microsoft is now 10 billion more valuable than Google. I think this is the article I was reading. So Microsoft is worth $749 billion, making the world's third most valuable company. So again, if we look at this number here and say, okay, that's $336 billion for all of the cryptos that exist. And Microsoft by itself is worth $749 billion, so more than double what the crypto market is worth. One company. So again, this is the kind of thing where I'm talking about where I don't really think this number is high at all. In fact, I think it's very low, especially when you're talking about some of these tech companies that are being so highly valued. I mean, Apple uses slave labor. They can't figure out how to put a headphone jack on a phone. They've got the walled garden that's just absolutely brutal to their customers. It's just a horrible corporation, all told. Microsoft has been engaged in a lot of similar things to Apple. Definitely haven't innovated in this space in probably 20 years, in my opinion. That what they seem to do is they seem to buy up other companies that have some kind of success and then incorporate that as a Microsoft product, usually in a way that degrades the product and in some cases kills it, giving it to their competitors. Again, not really that great of a company. Google, they removed the "don't be evil" thing from their wall, and they've been pretty evil ever since then. They're definitely an NSA partner. They're definitely giving all your data straight to the government, as is probably Microsoft and Apple as well. So, for these three different corporations to be more valued than all of the cryptos that exist at all, I think is very upside down at the moment. I don't think that there's any way that over the long term, the crypto market is going to continue to be lower than some of these corporations that make, absolutely terrible decisions for their customers, for their shareholders, for the industry as a whole, and honestly for the freedom and well-being of life on this planet. So, to be quite frank about it. This is still a very low market cap here at $336 billion. Less than half of Microsoft, less than a third of Apple, less than half of Google, and less than half of Amazon, I believe, as well. So, and these are all companies that are doing really, really bad things to people, families, and all life on the planet, and yet, we're evaluating them as way higher than crypto, which could be a way for us to get out of government control, to get out of the debilitating inflation and nightmare economy that we've been living under for the last couple hundred years. So, what's more valuable in my opinion? Definitely crypto. So that's where I'm at. So Bitcoin being up 4% meant the whole market was up a little bit. As you can see, Ethereum's up 7%, Ripple up almost 5%, Bitcoin Cash. God, I don't even want to talk about Ripple and Bitcoin Cash. Those are just trash coins. EOS back over $12, even though they haven't released yet. Supposed to release tomorrow, I think. So we'll see what happens in the market when EOS releases, because that will shake some things up, I think. Litecoin only up 3%. Litecoin is still very undervalued in my opinion. If you were looking at a grandma currency to get into it, I think Litecoin would be a good choice. Cardano up 12%. Stellar up 10%. IOTA up almost 20%. Tron up less than 0.5%. So Tron's the only one without big gains in the top 10 today. Neo up almost 7%, Dash up almost 4%, Monero up a pinch, Tether down a pinch, of course, when the market does well, Tether goes down just a pinch. Binance, I don't know. Centralized exchange coin, 15%. Who cares? VeChain up 7%. I mean, almost everything's up. Following Bitcoin, just following the overall market. Zcash, now that's interesting. It's only up 1%, and a Zcash coin is only $247 right now. So less than $250 for a Zcoin, a Zcash coin, and there's only 4 million of them circulating. So that's a coin with some pretty good scarcity and a fairly low price. So if you think the Zcoin or Zcash has any kind of future, might be worth looking at. 0x up another 11%. That coin has just been absolutely on fire lately in the grandma coin department. Decred up 5% as well. Decred is still not quite at $100. But yeah, I mean, those are two coins that have been absolutely on fire lately. Steam up 7%. Good news for me because I post all my vlogs on Steemit. And I make 11 cents a day doing that. Verge up 8%. Nano up 10%. Sia coin up 5%. I mean, almost everything is green. The whole market is green. Mostly between 5 and 10%. You know, just. And of course, that's what happens when Bitcoin goes up, right? Digibyte up 7%, back to over 3 cents again. So good news for Digi holders. Anything else interesting or jumping out here? Cyber miles down a pinch. I don't know what that is. I don't know what most of these are. I don't really care that much about grandma's coins. Sorry. I've moved on. I live in the future, which is, of course, MasterNodes. So let's talk about MasterNodes. MasterNodes.online. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to jump on their Discord and give them a browbeating because this graph hasn't worked. In fact, none of their trends graphs have worked for over a week now, so that's worth looking at. Dash dominance, though, down under 64%. That is excellent news. This is if there's no other reason to celebrate today, that is a reason to celebrate right there. Dash dominance under 64%. That means the entire market is becoming more healthy and vibrant by the moment. Let's go ahead and take a look at the MasterNode market itself. Almost everything is up. Very few things are down. Anything that's up huge might be worth thinking about selling a small percentage today. You know, cashing out, taking those profits, right? But selling for what? That's the question. Selling for dollars, selling for Bitcoin, selling for actual gold or silver. I think that's the kind of diversification that I would recommend. I do not recommend selling anything for fiat currency. The Federal Reserve is an unconstitutional, fraudulent agency, and I don't trust one aspect of fiat currency, Federal Reserve notes. And neither should you, and neither should anybody. I mean, if you just look at the system, it's obviously insane. For more on that, go ahead and follow Ron Paul. He's pretty hip to all that. Zuma coin is down 10% today, so if you're thinking about Zuma coin, might be worth getting into that. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Absolute coin down 34% today. QBIC down 20%. So, and that's a coin that I think has some real potential. Gossip coin up 100% today, getting to $9 for a MasterNode. Might be worth taking a look at that. rhY'z down 21%. GoByte down another 9%. Not sure what's happening in the GoByte world, but that is a crazy low for that coin. Almost everything else is up modestly. Crowdcoin, I guess, has been delisted from Cryptopia. Is that true? So the rumor that I heard. And yet it is up 23%, maybe as a result of the giant drops that it had the other day. Maybe it's just recovering a little bit based on the fact that the drop was too extreme. That happens sometimes. Like I said, some highs are unsustainable, some lows are unsustainable as well. Lumen down 26%, so you know, might be last chance to get into a Lumen MasterNode at under $20. Let's go take a look at that. That's a higher risk, lower cost coin, but let's go take a look at it anyway. Ipsum up 35%, Rapture up 12%, Takegawa coin down just a pinch, so it might still be a good time to get into Takegawa coin. It is only $543 for a MasterNode, and it is a 200% ROI coin that has been around for a little while, so yeah, we're thinking about that. A couple of coins are not on here anymore, so let's go ahead and get to that next part of the list and take a look at that and see which coins are. So Pura just got bumped off the top 50. Saga coin just got bumped off the 50. Social Send got bumped off the top 50. Social Send up 8% today. So if you've been mining social send, might be a good time to sell a couple back. Although I don't know, at 7 cents, that's not exactly a crazy price for that coin. I think that coin should easily be worth $1. Like I said, it's one of the only coins that actually has real world use case right now. So Essence down 50%. I just don't know what most of these, when we start getting down lower on the list, I don't know what most of these are. Advanced technology token Arctic now is down onto this list and down 1% today. I don't know. We're thinking about Smart Space down 17%. Adirondack down 33%. $0 for MasterNode. I'm guessing that's less than $1 is what that means. Let's go take a look at that just for fun. Bitcoin Incognito down 21%. Ion down 2%. Ooh, Ion Deviant. I mean, look at those. Those MasterNodes are at like $30,000 each. Which, you know, when you look at the fact that there's 500 MasterNodes of each of those, 530 out there listed on masternodes.online, and they're both worth 30,000 each. That is something to think about. I mean, you know, maybe I shouldn't be sorting just by how many nodes there are. Maybe I shouldn't be sorting by ROI. Maybe I shouldn't be sorting by market cap or volume or change or price. I'm not sure how to be sorting or looking at these charts as far as determining which chart to be looking at. I'm definitely open to any ideas anybody has about that. It would be nice if there was another category here that showed how long the coin has been active. I think that would be maybe a helpful indicator. So, yeah, wow, look at these. These are some good coins right here to be knocked down onto the second page. So, again, that criticism about how I'm going through and looking at the MasterNode market, valid criticism taken, Canonet. Thank you. But rather than just saying how I'm doing it isn't great, I'd love to hear about a better way that I could be doing it, because that is really the rub. I'm not actually sure how I can improve my system that much. You know, MasterNodes.online seems to be the best MasterNode site. There are other ones out there. I do use those as well, but this is the one that I've been using. It gives me a lot of really easy to read data, and I just like it, you know. So Zuma Coin down 3% today, $529 for a MasterNode. And that would be paying you about $4 a day, $27 a week, $115 a month, and almost $1,400 a year, because it is a 265% ROI coin. Now, it's not on enough exchanges. It's only on a couple of decentralized exchanges. I would like to see it on a more legitimate exchange like Cryptopia, etc. But looking at the chart, well, I don't know. It looks like the price is right about where it needs to be. If you were gonna, I don't know, maybe the line needs to be here. So either way, it doesn't look like this coin is hugely undervalued. Looking at the chart, it has only been around 101 days, so a little bit of a riskier buy on the Zuma coin. But I mean, you know, your $530 is going to pay you $4 a day. That's pretty good returns, assuming this coin doesn't just totally crash price-wise, which I have no idea. It may. I don't know. You know, I don't trust it. Absolute Coin down 30% today. Absolute Coin is only on a couple of decentralized exchanges, so this is a riskier coin. $151 for a MasterNode. About 43% of the coins are locked at the moment. I do think that's an important stat. How many of the coins are locked in MasterNodes? Because that really aids in the scarcity and affects the market price. If it's in a MasterNode, a running MasterNode, why would you take your coins out of there and sell them on the open market and stop making these daily gains, right? So I do see that's one of the reasons I'm into MasterNodes in general. It does look like this coin pretty much flatlined, and it's starting to come back up now. So not sure what the big drop is all about today. But for that $151, you are getting about $2.25 a day, about $16 a week, about $70 a month, and about $900 a year. So probably make your money back on that $151 purchase. I mean, that's a pretty low price for a purchase, so we're thinking about. QBIC team, this is a team where I really like aspects of the project. I really like what's going on. I'm not sure why they had a 20% drop today. That is a crazy drop. I'm wondering if there's some bad news regarding QBIC. That does put the MasterNode down at $222, and that $222 MasterNode will pay you about $1 a day, $8 a week, over $30 a month, and about $400 a year at this current price, which did have a huge drop today, as we saw. So it isn't on that many exchanges. It is a relatively new coin. It's only been around 139 days. So a little bit of a riskier coin to get into, but you know, with that 20% drop, today might be the day to get into it. Gossip Coin went up 23% today. Not sure what's going on with Gossip Coin. It's not on any exchanges. This is definitely a riskier. I mean, look, you know, it's brand new, right? It's been out 20 days. You know, I don't know. This is definitely a riskier one, but at $9 for a MasterNode, might be worth thinking about, even though it is up 23% today. So maybe wait till tomorrow. I'm not sure. But that $9 MasterNode is going to pay you about $2 a day, about $13 a week, about $60 a month, and about $700 a year. Now that crazy ROI is going to go down. I mean, obviously, look at that high 7,500% ROI. That's crazy, right? However, 42% of the coins are already locked up in MasterNodes, so that's a pretty good deal. I don't know. Very risky one here to get into, but might be worth thinking about. Although maybe wait till tomorrow, because 23% gains today is crazy. If you guys know anything about Gospel Coin, love to hear about it. Give me feedback on any of these coins. Any information you've got, anything you know about it, I'd like to hear about it. So rhY'z down 30% today. rhY'z has been around for over 100 days. If you look at the chart, it does look like, if you kind of average out the lines, it looks like it's beginning to approach where it should be, except for it is down 30% today, so it might be a good day to get into rhY'z. It isn't on a lot of exchanges. I would certainly like to see it on more exchanges. It is a coin that will pay you back $6 a day on a $800 MasterNode, roughly. You do need 10,000 rhY'z for that MasterNode. 51% of them are locked up in MasterNodes. So that is good news, and there are 1,200 active MasterNodes out there too. So I like a lot of the stats of this coin, and the fact that it's down 30% might mean that it's a good day to buy. $6 a day, over $40 a week, almost $200 a month, and over $2,000 a year, and that's at this price with the 30% drop. So assuming this recovers at all, or even a little bit, or maybe even moons, you definitely make a lot of money on this coin. Risky again, though. It isn't on that many exchanges. It is relatively new, and that ROI is obviously, well, 273%. I don't know. That's not too far out of the range. So anyway, might be worth it to get into rhY'z today. GoByte. What is going on with GoByte? I mean, look at all these exchanges GoByte is on. And this is a measure of validity by anybody's metric, I believe. GoByte is a very established coin that's been around for a while. It's on all those exchanges. The technology behind it is solid. It's been out for almost 200 days. It's a mineable coin. 75% of them are locked up in MasterNodes. And yet, you know, it's 120% ROI. And yet, we're seeing another 10% drop for GoByte today, which is just, frankly, I don't understand it. There's got to be some kind of bad news coming out of GoByte that I don't know about. I mean, there's only 1.6 million of them out there, and you know, and 75% of them are locked up in MasterNodes. This is a coin that at one point was worth $80 a coin, you know, and currently it's less than $3 a coin. Somebody tell me why GoByte is valued so low. I'm having a hard time figuring that out. A very good buy opportunity for GoByte today, again, which is shocking to me. I mean, this is a coin that pays almost $10 a day, right? 70 bucks a week, almost 300 bucks a month, and you know, $3,500 a year at this price, which is very, very low for this coin. You know, I mean, this is where the coin is right now. It's over here. It's at the absolute lowest that it's ever been. So unless there's some very good reason for why it's so low, I would be very curious. Let's get rid of that high. I mean, what is going on with this coin? It looks like the previous low was right around $5, and now it's down to less than $3 for a coin. And again, I think GoByte's one of the most legitimate, you know, MasterNode projects out there. So very curious as to what's going on with that. If you guys have any information, please let me know. Crowdcoin supposedly delisted from Cryptopia. It has been all over the map the last couple of days. It had some huge drops, huge gains, huge drops, huge gains. 82% of them are locked up in MasterNodes. And right now you can get a MasterNode for less than $32. So relatively high risk coin, given that there's been some crazy news. But I mean, at one point this coin was valued at $30, and now it is valued at less than 4 cents, just over 3 cents. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with Crowdcoin. If you guys know, let me know. It is currently on Cryptopia, but apparently it's about to be delisted. So some bad news for Crowdcoin holders, but I don't know. Maybe that was the all-time low. Maybe it's worth getting back in. I mean, it is up 37% today, so the market's trying to give it some signs of life. I'm not sure why. If you guys know more about Crowdcoin, love to hear about it. Lumen today down 30%. Lumen is a very new, very risky coin. It's only on GraviX, which is, again, an exchange I haven't even been to before. It is brand new. It's only 40 days old. There are, you need 1,000 LEN for a MasterNode, and there are currently 1.1 million locked. We don't know what the supply is. I mean, just not a lot of data on this. This would be a riskier one, but look at $11.47, and this is a coin that's down 30%. So, you know, this is probably lower than it should be. Anytime you see a drop of 20-30%, that's an unsustainable low, in my opinion, and it's time to buy. So, you know, okay, risky coin, whatever, but it's less than $12, you know. So for the price of a couple of burritos, you're looking at a MasterNode that could do something. I don't know. If you guys know something more about Lumen, let me know. Adirondack, I put this one up just for fun. I don't know anything about Adirondack. It is a very risky, relatively new coin. It's been out for 50 days. 592,000 Adirondacks are locked in 592 MasterNodes. We have no idea what the supply is. A MasterNode's worth is 33 cents for an Adirondack MasterNode. So, and that 33 cents will get you just over 2 cents a day. So for your 33 cents, you can get 2 cents a day. So, I mean, if you had an automated way to set up, you know, 500 Adirondack MasterNodes, including all those IP addresses that you would require, etc., you know, it might be worth doing. But as of right now, 2 cents a day, it's just... Although, you know, this is one of those opportunities that might be an opportunity for somebody who lives in a very poor part of the world. Some places in the world, you know, 33 cents is a lot of money, but that 33 cents could get them 2 cents a day. That could be a good investment for somebody, you know, in the third world who wants to get into this. All right, well, today's show was a little bit longer than I normally like to go. I wish that the charts were working on MasterNodes online. I'm going to have to get on and give him a browbeating because I love this chart, and it's not showing me anything right now. It's not showing me anything for the last 10 days. So MasterNodes online, WTF, right? Love seeing Dash dominance down. Overall, this is one of the most important metrics we've got in this space, and that is very, very good news for the market. The whole market's up. Enjoy a very happy return into June as we get ready for June. Normally, the market pumps a little bit in June. I usually see a little bit of a pump in June. I've been following the crypto market for a few years now. So I would be surprised if we didn't see an increasing overall crypto market cap coming into the summer. I think people get time off work. They get a little bit of time to play around with cryptos more, and they generally do. And as a result, prices start to go up a little bit in the summer. Not too much. It's, you know, these are IT enthusiasts and stuff getting involved. So it's not, you know, a crazy volume of people coming in. But again, any feedback on my show, more than welcome. I prefer constructive criticism, you know, specific ways to improve the show, and specific ideas on what I can do right now today to improve the show, rather than this part of your show sucks or you suck or whatever. I mean, sometimes that kind of criticism, I mean, it's fine. You know, I'm a 41-year-old man who's done all kinds of crazy stuff in my life, and you know, it's water off a duck's back. You're not hurting me, haters on Vote, but I do really value constructive feedback, like I got from Canonet, specifically if it's actionable. Now, the problem with Canonet's recommendation that he gave me was I don't really see how it's actionable. I'm not really sure how I can select masternodes to look at with more validity other than how many nodes are out there, what the ROI is, how many exchanges they're on, that kind of stuff. And I do talk about that every day. But I think he was defending Neutron, because Neutron's, you know, never in the top 50. There's not that many masternodes out there. But you need 25,000 Neutron to have a masternode. So of course there's going to be less masternodes out there. And that's a very valid point, Cananet. And I would love to know what anybody thinks about how I could improve that aspect of my show. So anyway, fam, hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful out here. I've got the crypto roundup in Encinitas today. If you guys want to come and see me in person and you're in Southern California, definitely welcome to that. It's a lot of fun. And I will be doing a beach walk after that with my good friend Vicky. And yeah, overall beautiful day. Keep on noding, fam.